welcome to TWF Impact. I am Michael Cole, here with Edward Collins and with Corey Graves. And today on Impact, or Striker Hit, we have, well, we know the NWO is still running hot shot over everyone. But thank God we won't see them until NXT tomorrow. Michael Cole says. Well, that's right, Edward Collins said. We won't be seeing them until tomorrow anyway. So I guess we should be happy that we don't have to see the NWO until tomorrow. I'll tell you one thing, Corey Graves says. The NWO has been doing all kinds of things to folks. They're starting to get more followers, sadly. Corey Graves says, which is a good thing or a bad thing depending on who you talk to. If you talk to some, they'll say that the NWO went out of run as soon as it started getting too many followers. Then again, I really don't know. Well, now we got Ronda Rousey here. Some of you folks wonder if I've gone bad or not. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. I have not gone bad. Now, it's still too dark in here. Now, the way that I look at it is that I have not gone bad at all. Alright? So, to show you that I am still a fighting Allegheny Earldom winner, I'm daring someone here today to give me an open dare for my TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings. I don't care who it is. Someone will have to take me up on it. It's Blaine, or however you say his name, Michael Cole says. I can't say his name right at all, Edward Collins says. No need how many times folks tell us how it's said. We're never going to say the name right. So, they're just going to have to stop telling us because it won't work. It's Blaine, or I don't know how it goes, but it's spelled B-A-N-E, which would be Blaine, or Blaine, but they keep saying we're saying it wrong. Oh well, Corey Graves says, why pick such a hard name anyway for a selfhood? Anyway, I'm sure Blaine, or Blaine, however you say his name, he's a follower of the Wanted Bonds of Evil. He's going to take care of Ronda Rousey. We're going to see a new TWF Allegheny Earldom winner. Well, I hope so, Edward Collins says. And you might wonder where Astronema or Corone's at. Well, she's not here today. It takes way too long to get her out all the time and put her staff and her flying ring in her hand, then put the gun in the Blade Andros' hand, and then do the same thing for Algar and Ecliptor. So they're not here today. So you want to fight me for my TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings? Yeah, I do, Ronda Rousey. You came from Ollie's, meaning that Walmart or Target couldn't sell you. You get the fuck out of my lair right now. You taking up on a dare or not? Well, this is for the TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings. First, he is from Gotham City, New Jersey. Wanted Rikes, he is Blaine, however you say the name. And she is the TWF Allegheny Earldom winner, Ronda Rousey. Ding ding ding. Now we're going to see how the former WWE, the former UFC Women's Heavyweight winner, and former WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight winner Ronda Rousey deals with it. Oh, she just flip-tossed Blaine, Michael Cole says. Yep, that shoot-fighting background that Ronda Rousey has, Edward Collins says, helps her all the time in all her fights and matches. Uh-oh, Corey Graves says she's got Blaine. She's got Blaine, and she's going to make him give up here. Blaine's yielding. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Here is your winner, and still a TWF. Here is your winner, and still the TWF Allegheny Earldom winner, Ronda Rousey. And Ronda Rousey is still the TWF Allegheny Earldom winner by beating Blaine, or Blaine, however you say his name, here on Impact or Striker Hit. As you know, there are still no updates yet from Microsoft for Microsoft Windows 10 yet. There are still no updates that's taking the Dolby Flash Player off of Microsoft Edge. Either they're still working on it, or they want me to do it. But from what all the words we hear, we have no runner lead over the Dolby Flash Player plugin putting in out. It's all up to Microsoft and Google and Apple and Mozilla to take the Dolby Flash Player plugin out of Edge and Firefox and Safari and Chrome. Anyway, Michael Cole said that is what it is, Ronda Rousey is still the TWF Allegheny Earldom winner here in the TWF. Well, that's right, Edward Collins said. Ronda Rousey beat Blaine, a man who laid a beating on Batman, believe it or not, but lost to the former UFC Women's Heavyweight winner and former WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight winner, Ronda Rousey, who I believe, Corey Graves says, should be in WWE's Hall of Fame. But that's just my belief. A woman who's sitting out the rest of her WWE deal because she can't handle being a fighter. She can't handle being a wrestler. That's the scathing Ronda Rousey gets these days. That, and she bitch whines and nags about UFC and WWE too much. About how she couldn't handle being any one of the two. Well, you better watch it. Oh, I heard the shit you're saying, Corey Graves. You want to say that to my Lear? Yeah, you want to say that to my Lear? You, who haven't wrestled since 24 between YL because you got concussed so badly that they won't let you wrestle anymore? You, a former WWE NXT team winner with Adrian Nebel, shut the fuck up. If I want to scathe wrestling and fighting, I can. If I want to bitch about WWE and UFC, I can. So fuck you. Oh, you heard that, Michael Cole says. You heard what Ronda Rousey had to say. Yeah, thank God, Edward Collins said, we made it for, not for kids. That would have been shameful. Edward Collins says, you want to know, Ronda Rousey can bitch all she wants. But that's what she does, Corey Graves says. It is true. I did get my head harmed badly. That WWE wouldn't let me wrestle anymore. And I had to go from that and do something else. It is true I am a former WWE NXT team winner with Adrian Nebel before I shifted on him. But at least I never sat out my 3-year deal that I got with WWE that they bend over backwards to give me. Well, anyway, I understand that Gene Okerlund is going to be talking with Ronda Rousey now after her fight. That's right, Michael Cole. I'm going to be talking with Ronda Rousey here, former UFC Women's Heavyweight winner, former WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight winner. The only woman to, win both, do very well both in wrestling and fighting and wrestling. Alright, Ronda Rousey, we just heard the scathing words that Corey Graves said about you bitching, whining, and nagging about UFC and WWE, about fighting and wrestling. First off, Gene Okerlund, I don't know I don't know what the true Ronda Rousey believes or what she does. Alright? But I do know what I'm doing. Yeah, I do got the right to bitch, whine, and nag about WWE and UFC if I want to. Anyway, neither of them are smooth jobs. Yes, fighting is more harmful. Fighting is true. Wrestling is kind of, show playing, but it still has its downsides. But anyway, it's not about that. A lot of folks wonder if I went bad when I was teaming up with one of my friends, Shayna Baszler, and her. No, I'm still good. Even though me and Shayna Baszler are owed another seat for the TWF Women Team Winnings, which that may or may not happen. But I'm not bad. You just saw what I did to Blaine out there. That shows everyone that I'm not some evil doer now, but I'm still a good doer. Sad for that burp. Anyway, Ronda Rousey, some folks also wonder if you are going still have your goals set to become the TWF Women's Heavyweight winner, since you already won the UFC Women's Heavyweight winnings and the WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight winnings. Yeah, that's still one of my goals, Gene Okerlund. I haven't given up on that yet. One day that will happen. One day I will be the TWF Women's Heavyweight winner, and I'm still holding for that fight with Asuka, which hasn't happened yet. And unlike Shayna Baszler, who's one of my good friends, I am not a creep. But I will not stand for someone scathing me like that. Oh, Corey Graves scathing me for my bitching, whining, and nagging about UFC and WWE, about fighting and wrestling. Well, that was my talk with the TWF Allegheny Earldom winner, Ronda Rousey. Back to you, Michael Cole. Well, thank you, Gene Okerlund, for talking with Ronda Rousey here on Impact or Striker Hit. Well, Michael Cole says, we do want to say that we were going to have another fight on this show, but Xena's film's coming up next, and we don't want to take too much time away from that. So we're just going to have to cut Impact short, Michael Cole says. Well, I know one thing, Edward Collins says. A lot of folks might bitch about WWE and IW and AW and OVW and ROH and NWA and L and MLW and whatever. A lot of folks say that what we do in our YouTube fairway is more good than what they do. But that's a belief in thought. Well, anyway, I guess before we go, I got Blaine back in the ring. How is it that I go from beating up Batman, or Wildermouse Man, to losing to the former UFC Women's Heavyweight winner and former WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight winner, Ronda Rousey? How the hell does that happen? You talking shit about me again? Oh! There. How you like getting beat up by a fighter, by a wrestler? How you like that? Would you like it if the former UFC Women's Heavyweight winner and former WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight winner pulled your arm out of the hole? You would like that, huh? Yeah. Well, I wouldn't like that, because you're a doll. And we cannot afford a doll sick house or a healing house. We already lost a lot of good dolls. You shut the fuck up about me. Well, it looks like that is all the time we have here for TWF Impact or Striker Hit. I'm Michael Cole for Edward Collins and Corey Graves. We hope you like Impact or Striker Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for NXT.